All right, hello there, everybody. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this music down just a tad. All right, chat, maybe you can let me know if this is all level and sounding good. All that stuff that makes for a good stream. So, hello, everybody. Without further ado, what we are going to do tonight is I am playing D&D tomorrow, and so I need to prepare what's going to happen. If you have been following my world build, or if you've been following my shorts, I do a lot of my planning on them. So I'm going to write down on this just sort of open document that I've been working on, the things that have happened last session, and then the things that I'm planning on happening next session, or tomorrow night. Drop music 1 drop. All right. All right, hopefully this will be good now. Okay. So, last session, the story is the players are trying to kill this barbarian horse lord Nog. Bad dude, killed one of the, destroyed one of the player characters' homes. That's her backstory. Thank you, DJ Island, for $1 New Zealand dollar. I appreciate that. So what happened was, after trying to kill his horse lord Nog, this bad barbarian dude Nog. Only when they went to his camp, they got chased away. He had too many warriors around him. There were only 6 of them. It was a no-go. And so when walking across the desert, they bumped into this army. And the commander of this army, this guy named Captain Nicholas, he said, hey, if you help me take over this city of Bin Salah, I will lend you my army afterwards. If you act as my special commando strike force and make it possible for us to get there, afterwards, I'll give you some of my troops and you can go knock out this horse lord. So that's what's going on. So they did this commando mission where they snuck into the city, they crawled up the walls, took out the guards one by one all stealthily, and disabled the ballistas. So they did that. And then they quickly stormed. They had the element of surprise, right? Surprise and shock. So they completed this mission where they quickly secured the breach at the gate, then raced across the city and cleared the road to the harbor, and cleared the gate to the harbor, the inner gate. All right, and so this I want to write down, this next bit, right? Because we were going to start off. Okay, so if you watch my very last short, I talked about how we're about to have a character arc, right? Mika the Ranger, she wants to kill Nog. And she wasn't able to kill Nog because there's too many people around him. Earlier in the game, we had the players make this little conflict between all their characters. This little wheel of, I want something from you, but I'm not going to give this other character what they want. Tavin the monk, he wants to walk to the sea. That's part of his monastery's pilgrimage. He has to walk across the entire continent. And it's tricky to get across the desert without a guide. Mika the ranger could guide him across the desert. But she didn't want to do that because if she took the time to guide him across the desert, she would lose track of Nog. She would lose sight of where he was moving, right? But now, they met up with this army. She's going to guide Tavin to the sea and this coastal city of Bin Salah where this army is going. And after Tavin gets there and clears the city, then she's going to get the army and kill Nog. So that's her little character arc right there. So I want to start off by highlighting that moment, right? So normally we do like a little campfire scene to start it off, or that's something that, not normal, I've been doing it for like the last 3 or 4 sessions, it's been working kind of well. Have everyone sort of reveal the backstory, but now we're going to start with a flashback. We're going to start with a flashback scene of when Tavin the monk and Mika the ranger first met. So what I'm going to do is I need to make note cards. So I'm going to get little index cards and I'm going to draw a portrait of the character on the index card and I'm going to give this card to the player. And inside this card, Mika's is going to say that thing that she won't guide him. Tavin, lose sight of Nog. Okay, and that's what she first said to him. Like, remember this. Okay, she won't. She wouldn't. Okay. And then Tavins is going to say he's going to have a flashback about making a promise to his master to reach the sea. Okay. He asked, oh, you know what? Maybe not, right? What I also want to sort of pull in here is the fact that now that they're friends, they started off as not friends. Yeah. I'm just going to put that in maybe Mika's card. Did you consider having a friend when you first met? Met. Okay. Did having all your childhood friends killed by Nog make you angry? Make you weary? Friendship. Wrong vowel there. Okay. Still not the right word. Whatever. Okay. So we're going to put this first. Actually, yeah, I'm going to think about this right here. Yeah. These things right here. I'm going to take these 3 bullet points. I might just actually print this out. And that's going to be Mika's little card. Tavin's going to get a card too. His flashback. I wanted to describe this scene. I wanted to say, how did you try to convince Mika to take you there? Okay. And then I'm going to point out to him, now you have the means to take out Nog. Once you capture the harbor. So we're going to do this flashback scene, right? I'm going to have them roleplay it out. Maybe they're going to get the little inspiration token. And then here's going to be the starting scene with the actual adventure, right? At the where we cut off last time, they beat the mini boss. Or they didn't meet the mini boss. They ran past the mini boss and then beat down the barricade of the inner gate. Boom. So they're going to start off by Tavin staying on top of that hill, having just literally punched through his barrier, seeing the Great Sea for the first time. After his, 3 long year voyage on foot, he's finally going to see his destination. That's how we're going to start off the session. He punches through the barricade, and boom, he sees the sea below him in the harbor. Boom, that's going to be a great way to start, right? Finally making sense of what it all means emotionally and opening with that cool, dramatic scene, right? Punch through the barricade. See down the hill into the sea. There it is. And there it is. You know what? I'm going to have to write some prose here. I'm not really good at coming up with nice flowery language on the fly. And that's definitely not something I want to sort of do on stream. But I think maybe tomorrow, right before my session, I might take some time to write out a little paragraph, sort of describing what he sees there. Just sort of give it that more emotional weight. That's one of the reasons I like, that is one of the occasions where I really like using box text, is if I'm trying to highlight a high moment or a particular scene. Okay. I'm going to highlight this so I don't miss it. Okay. Cool. All right, so that's going to be the start. And then the mission, right, is we're going to be fighting the pirates. So pirate fight. Has a couple of different stages. If you watch the short, we're going to commandeer a vessel. Small ship. Small boat. It's commandeer, right? Yeah. So they're going to commandeer a small boat. All right. Is this where the pirate ship thing starts? Yes, exactly. Right here. They're going to run down from smashing that barrier and get to the pirate boat. Their mission from Captain Nicholas is to clear the harbor. So actually, no, we're going to have a minute before we do this, right? Maybe they need to plan what the other part of the army is doing. Because their group is not going to the bazaar. The other part is going to the bazaar. Can they help them? Maybe. I would normally run this as a skill challenge. Okay. So they passed the commando mission. So they're in good shape. What does that mean? Okay, so they were able to complete all the little mini missions leading up to this. And so I said that they should be more likely to be able to have the rest of the army seize the bazaar and get what they need, right? So how would I translate that? Maybe they can get... Okay, they passed the ballistas. Passed the gardens. And then passed... the barrier. So they get 3 rerolls. Okay. Or you know what? Maybe I can make like a percentile die chart. There we go. Okay. So this would be like plus 10%. Past the gardens, they get plus 10%. Okay. Past the barrier, plus 10%. Okay. And then maybe like a little rewards table, right? Of things that their army is going to get. Things that their friendly army is going to get for raiding the... Okay. So roll percentile die afterwards. There we go. There we go. That way I can probably keep up this... keep this up, right? I don't want to break this emotional moment of doing this for some like sort of mindless planning, right? Because that sort of plan thing, it's fun, but it sort of slows down the flow of your game. So we're going to move this until afterwards, right? When they're doling out the treasure. Okay, cool. Okay. So maybe we could put like one little bit in there, right? Maybe Captain Nicholas will say, do you have anything to give me? And then if they gave anything, they'll down here, right? Past the gardens, past the barrier, 10%, gave aid. Essentially, are you going to give up some of your spells now for a chance at more treasure later? Okay, cool. Anything to me? Okay. So commandeer a small boat. This is going to be a skills challenge. Really, when I do the skill challenge, I do it like more like the group check thing. But maybe I should just want a skill challenge as like a proper skills challenge, right? It's going to be easy. It's going to be a simple task, relatively, right? Get the boat to that bigger boat. So they're going to need 3 successes before 3 failures. But it is technically difficult, right? It's a challenging task. If you don't know how to steer a boat, it's really kind of difficult. Getting up to another ship, it's actually kind of hard, but very challenging. So the DC to do anything successfully, I'm going to say it's a DC 17, maybe? Right? Okay. All right. Come into your small boat. Okay. Actually, maybe this can be the boarding part. How they're going to get up onto the ship. All right, so how we're going to roleplay out commandeering the boat. I don't think we have to do anything. Let them get inside it and decide who's going to pilot it. Maybe combining both of these things into one sort of skill challenge. I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling. Okay, and then we have the fight on the ship, right? Oh, I had the failures, right? One failure is you have disadvantage on initiative for the fight. 3 failures is the Storm Sorcerer gets a free hit. Gets a free casting. Do you have any advice for setting up your first session? Dr. Fock, that is a great question. What I would do is I would buy the starter set, the new one, Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. And I would try to play that, right? I would find either people who are in your friend group who are really interested in trying D&D, who are like express like a positive interest, okay, I'll give this a shot. Or I would try to recruit new players and just play with them. Get the starter set, read through the rule book, skim through the story, and then really read the first chapter. Advance before too many pirates are on the deck at once, defending against incoming fire, board the ship in an advantageous position. Yes. I think really the best they can hope for is boarding in not a disadvantaged position. You know what? Let's say that. If they get 0 failures, okay, all successes. What's going to happen there? Board the ship in advance. They can choose. Yeah, there'll be fewer pirates on board. Let's say that. On deck to start. Okay. I like that. Okay, and so what's the fight going to look like here? For the normal pirates, they're just going to be minions, right? Minion pirates. What are they wearing? They're wearing like maybe, probably not even like real leather armor, just like rags and a little bit of dex. So they have AC 12, 1 hit point because they're minions. They can attack at range because they'll have like a crossbow, which is a D10. Oh, okay. And they'll also have a cutlass, which is a D8. Plus 2. D8 plus 10. Alright, what's their attack bonus going to be? It's going to be 2 plus 3, let's say. So plus 5. Okay. So how did I choose that plus 5 right there? I decided these pirates have a 12 dexterity, right? That's where I get the AC 12 from. That's where I get this extra damage right here. And the characters are 6th level, so like their proficiency bonus is plus 3. So they make it, the pirates like have a pretty good chance of hitting them sometimes. I had the player's proficiency bonus, and then 2 for their own dexterity. It's 5 to hit. That's all I really need to run these minion pirates. This is good enough. Okay. Let's have maybe a sharpshooter. Oh no, we're gonna have not the sharpshooter. We're gonna have the war wizard, the storm sorcerer. Is there I think there is a storm sorcerer, but I don't remember its abilities. I don't remember anything's abilities off the top of my head now I'm thinking of it. Okay. So I want him to be like a cleric. Cast a Tempest. Yeah, like a Tempest cleric. Don't they have like a channel divinity? All right. I'm not really sure what stat block I want to use for this. I can probably look up some other spellcaster stat block. I'm not really sure if I need to, though. We'll see. And then, like the nitty gritty stuff of like all that through AC, I'm going to figure out like a basic stat block, like maybe like a veteran or a mage, and then just layer on this particular channel divinity on top of it. Because I think that's really cool. I think that's the one that creates like a big storm and then lightning strikes everywhere. And I think that's appropriate for our storm sorcerer. And he also can cast lightning bolt right now, or chain lightning. Ooh, cargo net traps. That's a good one. I hadn't included that yet. All right, so yeah, let's go. Before I make the captain, here we have to have the terrain features. I don't want to forget that. So the captain, so she's gonna have a leadership ability where she points to someone, they get a free attack. See, now she'll be able to, I want to give her like a swashbuckler feel, right? So she can parry, she can add plus D6 to her AC if hit once a turn. Okay, this is going to be her bonus action leadership. Parry's going to be a reaction. Okay. Yeah. And then she'll have a multi-attack, right? Multi-attack. Oh no, I don't want to give her multi-attack. I want to give her sneak attack. That's even cooler. She'll get the swashbuckler feature, right? She gets sneak attack if all by herself. By herself. Plus, yeah, and gets advantage. Yeah. So what I might do with her is use the knight stat block. Right? Because I think the knights have the bonus action leadership. And then I'll explain her AC as being dexterity instead. Okay, so that's gonna be a 1d8 plus 4 plus how many d6? What, 46, let's say? Okay, what's the captain's name? We need a chat. Can we have a pirate captain name, please? CH says, dump all the cargo on one side of the ship and tilt it to force a save to prevent it from falling overboard. That's not a terrible idea. Throwing knives, belaying pins. That's not a bad one either. Okay. Yes, those are some of our terrain features, right? There are going to be ropes. Okay, so this is going to get bolded, underlined maybe. I'm running out of subheaders here. So the ropes, you can make an acrobatics check, dex acrobatics. To swing. DC 15. If success, no opportunity attacks. Okay. See, now you could you can be able to cut the sandbags. It's the same sort of thing, but move straight up. Up to Crow's Nest. Okay, so cut the sandbag. Or you can cut the sail. Move down. Same sort of thing. This is just flavor. Okay. Captain Dak Stormborn. That's not a bad one. Captain Norris Luscat. Ooh, Norris Luscat. I like Dak. I think she's a female. Captain Loris. Captain Cairo. Cairo's not a bad one. Maybe that can be her first name. Cairo Luscat. Is that a mouthful? Does that sound like a fantasy name? We just call it Captain Cairo. Okay. Cool. I feel like she needs a bit of personality, right? Like, what does she sound like? Maybe she has a deep voice. Husky. Because she spends so much time yelling. I don't know. Then black and blue hair. Pasha! Captain Pasha Cairo. Perfect. Okay, and then what's the trait that she has? She sneers with her lip. Okay. And for you know what, she does wear lipstick, right? She does wear lipstick. Has mole. Okay, cool. All right, so those are your two terrain features. Those are the ropes. We're also gonna have the sea shifts. Roll a strength save. All right, so we're gonna do like rounds of layer actions, right? So this is gonna be the second round. The sea shifts. Roll a strength save. If fail, knock prone. What's going to be the DC here? I'll make it pretty easy, right? This is just more for effect, I guess. So the first round, this is going to happen. The sea shift in the second round, and then the third round again. Again. Okay, because the wave is going back. And then the fourth round, something else is going to happen at sea. Chat, you had a lot of good deep, stern, confident, secretly insecure. I like confident. Fourth round again. Sultry, that's a nice word. Okay. I mean, she's only going to be on stage for like 2 rounds here, right? Okay. So on the fourth round, what's something else is going to happen at sea? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll see what strikes me in the moment. So first round, nothing. So, and then I'm going to pull some DMBS here, right? When the captain is killed or knocked overboard, the fight ends. But then the rigging gets crashed down. Gets smashed down, knocking everyone out. Everything goes black as the mast hits you in the head. Okay. Boom. This is some serious DM BS right here, right? The way I can get away with this is my players trust me, right? They know that they're going to have a good time and they're going to have a fair chance of escaping whatever comes next, right? And I don't do this all the time, right? This is just something exceptional to get a cool moment that we're probably not going to have a chance to do again ever, right? Like, there's not a lot of opportunities to run, we're going to escape from a sinking ship. So if I want to get that into my campaign, like, if my players ever want to play that scenario, this is probably going to be the time to do it. And so if I have to do a little nonsense, like everyone gets knocked out and wakes up underwater, you know, so be it. That's part of our social contract. Again, I do not recommend you do this very, very often. A lot of people will say this is, you know, wrong to start, you know, whole cloth. I think every once in a while, you can use that sort of thing to good effect. Okay. So they can wake up underwater. Right. Okay, so they make con saves. Con check. Whoever highest. Oh, we'll do a saving throw, right? Whoever gets highest wakes up first. So just one other thing, right? I think the other reason I'm more okay with doing this is they had a choice in order to take this mission, right? They could have chose to go to the bazaar, but because they chose to go to the harbor, that's also giving them like some choice in the things that are going to happen. And I'm going to roll the save right here when this happens, and whoever rolls the highest wakes up first. And I think that's going to make them feel like the dice was playing in a little bit too. I think the combination of those two things might also salve this, bit of DMBS. All in all, though, they're going to accept it. They're going to have a good time, right? That's a very like high-level, heady problem. Okay, con save. Whoever gets highest wakes up first. They have con +1 rounds to get out of the water before drown. But luckily, it's only 30 feet up. Or, 15 feet up. And then like 20 feet away. Okay. So here I'm going to have all the rest of the pirates got turned into the zombies because they drowned. I think we're going to do like 12 zombies. Right? Here, let's do this one, right? They were going to have... Yeah, let's just do 12. Let's make it easy on ourselves, right? 12 zombies... And then 3 rights. Okay. Cool. That's going to be a fun little encounter right here. The pirate fight. Oh, yeah. Then I forgot the best part, right? This is going to be escape sinking ship. The pirate ship needs a name too. Skybottom Station says, I inspired you to create your own campaign. That is fantastic. I'm really happy to hear that. And I'm glad you're watching. Like you see, it's just, this is exactly what I do. Just a bunch of throwing ideas until something sticks in my mind and it seems kind of cool. And trying to figure out a way to weave that into the mechanics of 5th edition. Okay. 3 rights. Okay. And then the tentacles show up. Right? The Storm Sorcerer. Unleash the Kraken. Oh, right. Nothing. The Remains of Lightning Storm. Oh, you know what? That could be a cool little mini plot I have here, right? Like the captain keeps commanding the sorcerer to try harder, to push her power, to push his power. Right? Sorcerer's exhausted. Right? He used so much power, he unleashed the Kraken. Ha 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 ha. Right? Cool. And then on the nth round, whatever, the ship starts to sink. You hear a crash. And the mess happens. Okay. Cool. That's what's going to happen here. Okay. So the tentacles are going to do lots of bludgeoning damage. They're going to be on initial count 20. They do blunt damage. Starting on like I would say starting when they get out of the water, right? Once one player stops drowning and reaches second deck. So if you watched either my short or my video on how to prepare for Dragonstorm Isle, I made this really big map of the Compass Rose. It's like a 4-layer shipwreck. And I want to use it again. So this time they're going to start at the bottom layer and have to work their way up. So I'm saying they get knocked out by this mast. They wake up in the bottom of the sinking ship underwater. And once the first player, the first character, breaks up to that next to bottom layer, they get some fresh air. Then these tentacles are going to start showing up and tearing apart the ship. Okay. They started. Okay, 1d4 attack ship. Ship. Okay, blunt damage to player in the way. If close. Okay. How much blunt damage? Probably 3d10. Okay. Cool. Awesome. And it will destroy the second deck. Okay, so it'll do 1 to a damage, and it'll do the rest to the player, the rest of the ship. All right, and so the third deck has, I don't know, let's say 50 hit points. The second deck has, I don't know, maybe another 50 hit points. Yeah. Cool. Maybe that's too complicated. I'll see. In my head, this sounds really cool. Like the tentacles are smashing apart the ship and I'm tracking the damage and how many turns it has left. And it's not hitting the deck, it's hitting the players. But that might be a lot to run. I'm going to leave it here and I'm going to see how I feel when I'm actually playing. I might just describe it as tearing apart the ship. No, because if I do it this way, then they're going to want to tear apart the tentacles. That's kind of what I want them to do too, right? So each tentacle has 50 hit points of its own. AC 13, natural armor. There we go. Cool. All right, I like this. And then they're gonna burst out of the ship, and the Kraken is going to destroy it. It's gonna take the rest of the ship down. Cool. This seems like a fun encounter. This seems like a fun encounter. They're gonna wake up. There's gonna be zombies. They're gonna try to get past the zombies, and all of a sudden the Kraken shows up, starts tearing apart the ship. They have to swim past the tentacles before the ship itself is destroyed. And then they get to the surface and they see the ship sink into the ocean. Cool. And they get to shore. And then they can do this part. They can see what treasure the army got from the bazaar. Okay. I still need to make a little table right here. So I do need to make a treasure table here. And I also need to make one for the palace, right? Because that's the final part of this whole mission, right? They're going to assault the palace where the despot is, right? The dude who killed his brother and assumed control of the city and hired all the pirates. I kind of want to run... I had initially planned the Triple E. Yes, you know, that's a good name for the pirate ship. Geek Discussion said the Silent Storm, the Bloody Barber, or the Golden Crab. Sorry, Chad, I forgot to look real fast. Pirate ship name. Yeah. I don't know. I like the Bloody Barber for some reason. Okay. So what I'm gonna do in this palace, I think I might just do a normal dungeon, right? Just fill it with baddies. Initially, I kind of wanted to make it feel like it was like a side-scroller video game, but I kind of think I used that trick when doing the initial run through the city, right? There are lots of little mooks that just pop them, move to the end really quickly. So I think I'm gonna run the Palace Assault like a classic dungeon. I still have some time tomorrow to do that, so I might, right? All right, so this is gonna be my mission tomorrow. Look out for the short when I plan out how I'm gonna do this final Dungeon Pirate Assault, or maybe the short's gonna be on how I do this treasure table. In either case, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I'm gonna have a pleasant session tomorrow. I'm gonna let you know how it goes, I promise. If you have any thoughts or any suggestions about stuff that pop up in the stream, I'd love to hear them. If you want to see the rest of my streams planning this, they're all available at my $1 Patreon, link in the description. And as always, I love hearing all the stuff you have to share. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See ya.